So this clip of Elizabeth Warren that you're about to see is from 2004, and it resurfaced on social media, and you'll be able to figure out why pretty quickly. So here she brilliantly breaks down the dynamic that led to the subprime mortgage crisis and the Great Recession. This is 4 years before that happened, and she saw it coming. I gotta be honest with you guys, I love this shit. I love seeing Bernie back in the day. There's video of Bernie in the 1990s on the floor of Congress defending gay people. You have to understand something. That's not a thing that happens in the 1990s. We weren't even having the beginning of the conversation of gay marriage or anything like that. Gay rights? What? That conversation was not happening nationally. Bernie was still upfront about it and making the argument. Way ahead of his time. In so many ways. Him arguing against the Iraq War and just like predicting everything that's going to happen. There are countless clips of Bernie Sanders early in his career nailing it. Well, now you know there's also a couple of Elizabeth Warren doing the same thing. So here she is warning about the dynamic that led to the Great Recession.
And he's not that worried about household debt or that it's too much or that we might be getting in over our heads.
You know, I don't understand what Chairman Greenspan is reading in terms of the data. Let's talk about what's happened to families, not in the long past, just since the year 2000. Since the year 2000, credit card defaults, that is, people who are not making even the minimum monthly payment, up 55%. Home mortgage foreclosures, people who desperately want to keep up the payments on that one asset because if you don't, it means you're out on the street, up 45%. And bankruptcies, the ultimate declaration of financial death, that I can't make it anymore, up 33%. What was the number one New Year's resolution this year?
What was it?
For the first time ever, overtaking lose weight. It was pay off some debt. I've got too much debt. I'm in trouble. I'm worried whether or not I can make my basic payments. Alan Greenspan, our national economic leader, has stood up for the last 4 years and told Americans, borrow against your house. If you can't close the gap at the end of the month, just borrow against your house. Now, he never called it borrow against your house. He said fancy things like tap your home equity, which sounds like some kind of dance or, some clever financial thing to do. But what it really was is borrow more money against your house and bet your house that you can continue to make all those payments. Do all that just as a way to make it to the end of the month, to put groceries on the table, to make that house payment, to keep the lights on. That's really scary financial advice for someone to be giving American families. And what frightens me is millions of American families have taken that advice.
Listen, man, she has her blind spots. Foreign policy is a clear blind spot for her, in my opinion. But her wheelhouse is tax policy, Wall Street, and economic stuff. And when you see a clip like this, this means something. It means that you have foresight, and it means that groupthink is incredibly powerful, man. I'm telling you, you go back and watch clips of CNBC, okay, leading up to the subprime mortgage crisis and the Great Recession. There is literally just one dissenting voice of the dozens of hosts and guests. Everybody says the same shit. Oh, yes, the economy's great. Oh, yes, we're moving in the right direction. Oh, yes, the growth is going to continue. Oh, yes, there's not going to be a slowdown at all. Oh, yes, maybe some minor bumps in the road, but we're chugging right along, and there will be no severe downturn. That's exactly what every single person was saying back then. And then you have this one senator who's like, no, let me explain to you the real dynamic and how it's working and how this is a game, and eventually, the chickens are going to come home to roost. That means she's not doing groupthink. She's independently thinking and looking at the evidence. You think Joe Biden was looking at fucking evidence and coming to rational conclusions? Are you fucking kidding me? No, of course not. Of course not. He was going like this. Where's the political wind blowing? Okay, oh yeah, the economy is strong. It's great. It's wonderful. Did I vote for the deregulation that led to this? So, this is important. It shows independent thought. And like I said, this is her wheelhouse. Tax policy, Wall Street policy, economics in general. She saw it coming, man. She saw it coming. There's a class of candidates that I'm very comfortable voting for, and I'd be happy voting for. I wish we had ranked choice voting. I really do. Because there's a grouping of them that I like them. Like I said, they all have certain blind spots, but you got Bernie, you got Tulsi, you got Elizabeth Warren. To a lesser extent, you got Andrew Yang, but okay. I have some big disagreements with him, but I think he's an honest actor, and I agree with him on a lot of the stuff he pushes for. I love clips like this because I think that this shows character. When we can look at what everybody was saying during an era when they were dead wrong, and you poked your head out and you were like, I'm just saying, here's what I think. That means a lot, man. That means a lot. That means a lot. And if you don't get it, then you're just failing to properly imagine what the era was like. We're in one right now, by the way. Right now, same shit. Same shit. How many segments have you seen me do where I come out here and I warn you? I'm like, they say the economy's good. The economy's not good. I guarantee you we're in a bubble. I guarantee you at some point it's going to crash. I don't know exactly when it's going to crash, but it's going to crash. This shit is all fake growth. Wages are still stagnant. Working people are struggling. You got, college debt. People are in that up to their eyeballs. Credit card debt. You got the housing bubble reinflated. You got a totally unregulated derivatives market. Tick motherfucking tock, bitch. Tick tock. So yeah. The foresight is impressive. And it's even more impressive given that next to nobody at the time was accurately making the case like she just did.